Ladies and gentlemen, Loki here, back at it again with another YouTube video. Honkai Star Rail remains one of the most prominent games in the gacha space, well, when they're not chirping or rapping.
Grind overtime, master of even rhymes, hoping for promotion, got the pay away on my mind.
Devs, listen, devs are still listening in Honkai Star Rail, and that is good to see. The game continues to be one of the best gacha games that we have in the space. It is very consistent. When the update's good, it's really good, right? And then, you know, sometimes it does taper off a little bit, but it is what it is. Gacha games they're gonna have highs and lows naturally, right? So, taking a look at the returning light cones, if you are a newer player, you are salivating right now. Both of these light cones in the middle one right here are okay. They're all right. There's the abundance light cone. I forget exactly what this light cone does. I know you'd rather use the Bailu light cone that you can get from the MOC shop over the Gwenhyphen light cone, but the Robin light cone, the free-to-play Robin light cone, which you can just S5 it by using herder shop material, it's a very good option if you don't have her signature. However, I do want to point out that the gacha light cone Poised to Bloom, the one that has Mark 7's face on it, that one is probably a better option for a free-to-play Robin. If you can S5 it, it's a gacha light cone, but some people have insane luck. I just want to put that out there. And then obviously the big light cone, the Silver Wolf light cone. This light cone is absolutely incredible. It's incredible on Pela, it's incredible on Silver Wolf. It's a very good Nihility light cone. Now, I don't know if we are going to be able to like because I already have this light cone at S5, right? I've been playing since day one. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pick up multiple copies. I'm assuming we can. I was told no in my Twitch chat by someone, but I could have just been getting one guide. I don't know, but I have heard of bonds stacked up, so I'm assuming we are able to grab multiple copies of this in case I wanted to run a Silver Wolf and Pela team, because I do have E1 Silver Wolf, so it does give me a chunk of energy. This light cone does benefit her greatly, right? So being able to have multiple S5s of this could be huge. But yeah, that's huge for newer players. This light cone is one of the best Nihility light cones in the game for your support characters. In 2.7, a new area will be added to the train, the party car. Not only can express visiting in-game friends appear in the party car, but it's also rumored that Pom Pom can change outfits here. Stay tuned. Interesting. Okay, and then down here we have Trailblazer's room will be located on the second floor of the party car. After version 2.7, Trailblazers can unlock and gradually decorate their rooms through events. Awesome. I'm sure people enjoyed like if you come from Genshin, there's the Serenity pots. I'm sure people enjoyed decorating that, and now you can decorate your own room. During the event, you can also collect some small toys to decorate your room, placing dolls, pasting posters, maybe even more. Not only that, but some furniture in the room will also be interactive. For example, the bathtub. Yo, HSR fam, you guys have some explaining to do. Why is this the most replayed part of the entire video?
A quiet grandeur.
This is a big one that I'm sure a lot of content creators will actually gloss over. I'm not glossing over this. Finally, with the game's persisting updates, the size of the game clan is also a concern for the crew. If you don't know, a lot of games are guilty of this. Genshin Impact, for sure. Destiny 2 is extremely guilty of this. They continuously, there's like the game size, right? The original game size that has all the content. And then as more content's added, the game it gets bigger. The game just keeps growing. we now have the option, or we will have the option, to delete past mission resources. That's gonna shrink our game. HSR isn't like too ridiculous anyway, but it's actually cool that they're doing this. I know Genshin, I recently downloaded Genshin for something, and I know Genshin was like, I had to free up 100 gigs. I'm not even kidding. I had to free up 100 gigs. To unpackage the game, it's like 60 or something, right? But to fully download it, it's like 100 plus, which is actually insane. Like, do I really need past Mondstadt and Leeway data, or first time you go to Xianzhou in HSR, or Herta space station data? Do I really need that? No, I don't. So this is actually really cool. I think this is big. I don't know many games that actually do this, because it's going to optimize your game and just make it run smoother, because it's just not going to be as big of a file. So that's actually really cool. And I believe, and with that, we have the Pure Fiction gameplay update preview. Out of all of the big 3 in-game modes, MOC being at the top is the pinnacle. Everyone loves MOC. And then I'd say probably Apocalyptic Shadow. Everyone gets pretty hyped to play the new Apocalyptic Shadow. MOC and Apocalyptic Shadow are very close. I could see Apocalyptic Shadow taking over MOC as the #1 spot one day, but I think it is unanimous that out of the big 3 game modes, Pure Fiction is the least favorited of the community. They are updating the game mode, so they're adding, so after the Pure Fiction update, every period stage effects will turn into different grit mechanics. Activate grit mechanics in battle to accumulate grit value. After accruing sufficient grit in combat, characters will enter a surging grit state for a period of time. Now, we have seen the grit mechanic in past events. We've seen it in past events where you reach a certain threshold and you get all your ultimates, and you just get a boost to your damage. So I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be like the grit in Divergent Universe where it's just damage reduction. This is a boost to your characters so you do more damage. So that'll make Pure Fiction more fun. They will obviously have to adjust the difficulty, add more enemies, make enemies even tankier with the way they're giving out these buffs, the way they're dishing out these buffs. They are going to have to adjust it. So okay, so when engaging in combat after the update, the non-boss enemies will also continuously refresh. So if you're on the final floor, the non-boss enemies would disappear, and then you're in your 1v1 with the boss, or your 4v1, whatever you want to call it. Not the boss of each wave, because there is kind of like a boss of each wave. They mean like the Kokolias, the Branyas, the Kafkas, the boss enemies, the final wave boss enemies. The enemies around them will infinitely refresh. So that's actually really cool. That's good. Aside from dealing direct attacks, you can decrease the HP of the boss enemies by a certain percentage through defeating non-boss enemies. That's good. That's good. The reason that's good is because you build this core team that synergizes around dealing AoE damage, right? So you don't have the single target damage to deal with the boss enemy. Now this will make that a bit easier. So your Himikos and your Hertas are actually going to pop off even more because they can attack everything around them and indirectly do damage to the boss. So that's actually really, really, really good. Yeah, and I was about to mention this as well. There are some times in Pure Fiction where you'll have 1 or 2 fodder enemies remaining, and you'll have to pop an ult to dispatch of them, or you'll have to like pop Robin's ult to get back into the cycle and just waste it on that fodder enemy. That happens all the time. Objectively speaking, this means when you play Pure Fiction after the new update, you won't run into situations where you find a single boss enemy sitting around alone in the battlefield. We went over that. Or moments where leftover non-boss enemies cause bosses to be undefeatable. So yeah, okay. And after the Pure Fiction update, Trailblazers will obtain points based on the amount they reduce from the boss's HP. Additionally, on the basis of the content update above, the scores you can obtain for beating the first, second, and third enemy waves will be 8,000, 16,000, and 16,000 respectively in Pure Fiction. The maximum score and points needed to obtain the various star ratings will not be changed for Pure Fiction. Okay. So that's cool. I'm excited. I'm actually excited to play the new updated Pure Fiction. I think it'll be a more fun game mode, rather than just. It's still gonna be auto battle central, but I mean, it just is what it is. But I mean, I'm excited for this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are these good changes? Are you excited? Is Pure Fiction your favorite game mode? Are you an outlier? Let me know what you guys think down, and like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.